I stared at the text message, reading it for the 10th time. Sorry babe, can't make it for dinner. Emergency client meeting, it said. The message wasn't the problem. It was the Instagram story posted 2 minutes ago showing Ethan at a rooftop bar, arm wrapped around a blonde who wasn't me. I'm Vanessa, founder of an AI education startup. While building my company and planning my wedding, my fiancé couldn't even create a decent lie. The irony stung. I'd grown a 7-figure business while he grew his list of affairs. I drove to his downtown condo, hands shaking on the wheel. The doorman waved me through without announcing me. I used my key, the one Ethan gave me with a speech about our future, and entered. Honey, I'm home. My voice dripped with anger. Scrambling sounds came from the bedroom. Ethan appeared shirtless and panicked. Vanessa? I thought you were working, he said. There was panic in his voice. Funny, I thought you were in a meeting, I replied. I showed him his Instagram story. Unless investors meet at rooftop bars with women in black dresses. The blonde appeared, clutching her dress. You said you were single, she shouted at him. He's not, I slid the diamond off my finger, but I'm fixing that. The ring bounced off his chest to the floor. Baby, please, it's not what you think, he said. Save it for someone who believes you. I turned to leave, but he grabbed my arm. You're overreacting. We can work this out. I pulled free. Don't touch me. We're done, I said without looking back. My phone buzzed during the drive home, calls from Ethan, texts from Mother, messages from Dominic. I ignored them all until I found my entire family waiting in my driveway for an intervention. Vanessa, what have you done? Mother rushed forward as I stepped from my car. Ethan called us crying. Of course he did. I tried to move past her, but Father blocked my way. You're being hasty, he said. Ethan is from an excellent family, he added. A good man? I laughed bitterly. I caught him cheating today in his apartment. Men make mistakes, Cordelia added. You can't end things over one indiscretion, she said. I looked at them, Mother in designer clothes, Father's disapproving face, Dominic's judgment, Cordelia's smugness. He's been lying for months and you're defending him, I asked. He's family, Dominic said. And he's brought investment opportunities to Dad's company. There it was. Not about my happiness, about money. My tech company had funded their lifestyle while Ethan embedded himself in Father's business. My own family cares more about bank accounts than my broken engagement. Now you're being childish, Mother snapped. This is why Ethan probably felt, she continued. Don't blame me for his choices, my voice turned icy. Just sleep on it, Father used his patronizing tone. I see exactly who you are and what I mean to you, I said. This is why you can't keep a man, Cordelia called as I walked inside. Too focused on your little tech venture, she added. I slammed the door. Through the window, they huddled together, plotting their next move. Something shifted inside me. The hurt hardened into resolve. My little tech venture? They thought I needed Ethan and their approval? Fine. I walked to my office and opened my laptop. Time to call my business broker. They wanted Ethan? They could have him. But they'd soon learn exactly what they were losing. You're selling? My business broker, Morgan, nearly choked on her coffee across the Zoom call. Vanessa, your AI education platform is projected to double its revenue next year. Why would you? I need a fresh start, I said, watching the financial projections scroll across my screen. And I need it to happen quietly and quickly. How fast can you make this work? With these financials? A week, maybe 2. But are you absolutely certain about this? She asked. A text from Ethan lit up my phone. Your mother's worried sick. Stop being stubborn and come home. Completely sure, I replied, dismissing the message with a flick of my finger. And Morgan, I want you to prioritize female buyers who will maintain the company's mission. The next 2 weeks passed in a whirlwind of negotiations, legal paperwork, and ignored calls. I methodically packed my life into boxes while fielding increasingly aggressive attempts from my family to fix things. They had no idea I'd already signed the sale documents for $38 million or leased a modern apartment in Boston. You can't avoid us forever, Dominic cornered me outside my house one morning. Mom's barely sleeping. Dad's blood pressure is through the roof. Funny how nobody seemed concerned about my well-being when Ethan was cheating on me. He just made a mistake. And what about Dad's business? He was counting on your engagement to secure that financing deal with Ethan's banking connections, he said. I laughed with a bitter taste in my mouth. So that's what my relationship was worth to you all? A business transaction? Don't be naive. Everything's connected. Your little tech startup, he replied. My little startup that paid for your wife's luxury SUV? That funded Mom's home renovations? That kept Dad's company afloat during the recession? I shook my head, feeling disgust rise in my throat. You know what? You're right. Everything is connected. And it's time to disconnect. The moving company arrived the next day. I timed it perfectly, everyone would be at work or running their social errands. As the last box was loaded, Cordelia's Mercedes screeched into my driveway. What are you doing? She jumped out, iPhone already recording. Vanessa, stop this nonsense right now. Or what? You'll post it on your Instagram? Show everyone how unstable I am? I signed the final paperwork with the movers. Go ahead. I'm sure it'll boost your follower count. Your mother will be devastated. Is that what you want? She asked. What I wanted was support when my fiancé betrayed me. What I wanted was a family who valued me more than their country club memberships. I handed her a sealed envelope. Give this to them when they get home. What is it? She asked as she received it from me. A letter. And don't bother trying to trace where I'm going. By the time you read it, I'll be gone. The drive to Boston was 8 hours of pure freedom. With each mile, the burden on my shoulders lightened. My phone buzzed until I finally stopped to read messages. Mom, how could you sell your company without telling us? What about our monthly arrangements? Dad, this is irresponsible. Call immediately. Dominic, you're destroying this family. Ethan, you're making a mistake. We need to talk. I turned off my phone and walked for coffee. The barista smiled with my drink. Rough day? Actually, I smiled back, it's the best day I've had in years. My new apartment was smaller, but the Boston skyline view made it perfect. I unpacked only essentials and left the rest boxed. The millions from my company sale gave me freedom to start fresh, to invest in women with visions too big for others' comfort. That evening, I sat on my balcony with wine and checked my phone. Hundreds of messages. Dozens of missed calls. Cordelia's caught my eye, think you're clever running away? Your family needs you, and you abandoned us. Ethan is helping Dad's business, something you couldn't bother doing. You'll regret this when you're alone with nothing but pride. I sent my bank balance screenshot as reply, then blocked her number and everyone else's. One by one, I cut ties to a life never truly mine. Tomorrow, I'd meet 3 female founders seeking investment. They had determination in their eyes and innovation in their minds, just as I once did. Let Cordelia worry about maintaining my family's lifestyle. I had other visionaries to empower. You sold a 7-figure business and moved cities over family drama? Zara studied me across her desk, Boston Harbor gleaming behind her. Not spite, I corrected. Freedom. There's a difference. And now you want to invest in women-led startups with zero experience? I built my company from nothing. I know what it takes. Building and investing are different worlds, Zara walked to her whiteboard. But I like your fire. Let me show you something. She outlined investment strategies while I took frantic notes. Why help me? We just connected on LinkedIn, I asked. Because 6 years ago, I was you, she smiled. Want to see potential? Meeting a founder soon, join me. The founder was Juniper, with a revolutionary healthcare platform. Her presentation was impressive, but her determination captivated me. Major investors don't understand, Juniper explained. They want me to water it down for marketability. Show me your numbers, I said, recognizing her frustration. My phone buzzed, a blocked number with voicemail. Vanessa, it's Dad. Things aren't good. Please call. I deleted it. Juniper continued, but Zara was watching me. Everything okay? She asked later. Family stuff. Nothing important, I replied. Doesn't sound like nothing. To succeed here, you need focus. I am focused. Juniper's platform is exactly what I want to invest in. Good instinct. But, Zara paused, you need to address what's happening at home. It'll follow you otherwise. That evening, I stared at my phone in my new apartment. 3 missed calls from Dad, 2 from Dominic. I played the recent voicemail. Sis, call Dad. The financing collapsed. Ethan pulled out after you left. Dad's company's in serious trouble. Call us. I poured wine and gazed at Boston's twinkling lights below. My phone buzzed, it was Zara. Got your investor certification. Juniper wants another meeting. Interested? Absolutely. And thanks. Thank me after you lose your first million on a bad investment. I laughed until another call interrupted, Cordelia. What? I answered coldly. So you're alive. Nice living it up while your family crumbles. What do you want? Dad's company's failing. Dominic's losing his job. Too busy playing investor with your blood money, she said. Blood money? You mean what I earned building the company you called a little tech project, I replied. You deserve to be alone when this explodes in your face. I hung up and blocked her. With shaking hands, I checked Dad's company financials online. The numbers were bad. Cordelia wasn't lying. Juniper texted, reworked those projections. Coffee tomorrow. I looked between her message and Dad's financials. The contrast was clear, my guilt-laden past versus my potential-filled future. Perfect. Have some ideas to discuss. Let them think I was running away. The truth? I was finally running towards something truly mine. I'm investing $1 million in your medical platform, I told Juniper across the cafe table. Her eyes widened, coffee cup frozen midway to her mouth. Serious? Yesterday you said you needed more data. I've seen enough. Your prototype works, your research is solid, and I'm tired of seeing brilliant women overlooked. As we discussed terms, my phone lit up, Dominic calling. I declined but he called right back. Maybe answer it, Juniper suggested kindly. Family issues fester when ignored. I stepped outside. What, Dominic? Dad's in the hospital. Heart attack. Minor, but he's asking for you, he said. The ground seemed to shift. Is he stable, I asked. For now. But the company's failing. 30 layoffs next week, including Tommy, 20 years with us, 3 kids in college. His guilt trip landed hard. That's not my fault, I replied. Isn't it? Ethan pulled his investment after you left. Said he couldn't trust a family that raised someone so selfish. The bank's calling loans and... Stop. You can't blame me for Ethan's decisions, I said coldly. You knew what your disappearing act would cost us. I watched Juniper through the window, reviewing our agreement with such hope. I need to go, I said. Of course. Running away is your specialty, he replied. Inside, Juniper looked concerned. Everything okay, she asked. Dad's in the hospital. Heart attack. We can reschedule. No. Let's finish now. I believe in your project, regardless of family drama, I said in a calm way. We signed the papers. As she hugged me, Mom texted, your father's asking for you. Remember when he carried you home after you fell? Now he needs you. Where are you? My hands trembled. Cordelia texted next, proud of yourself? Dad's company's laying off 30 people. All because you couldn't handle relationship problems maturely. Zara called as I considered blocking them. Heard you closed with Juniper. Celebrating? Can't. Family emergency. The past catching up. Dad's in the hospital, and apparently I'm destroying his company and 30 families, I said. Interesting math. Want advice? She asked. Please. Go see him for yourself, not him. Say what you need to say, then leave. Otherwise they'll live rent-free in your head. I checked my calendar. You're right. I'll book a flight, I said. Good. And Vanessa? You're not that intimidated girl anymore. You're an investor now. Act like it. I booked a flight for the next morning, then called my brother. I'm coming tomorrow, I said when he answered. But let me be clear, I'm coming to see Dad, not to rescue the company. Of course not, he sneered. Why would you help the family that raised you? The family that raised me? You mean the family that valued me so little they sided with my cheating fiancé? That family, I said in an ironic way. He made one mistake, and I made one choice, to value myself, I said. Deal with it. I hung up and opened my laptop, pulling up my father's company financials again. The numbers were even worse than before. Part of me wanted to swoop in, fix everything, be the good daughter they expected. But as I looked at the investment agreement with Juniper, I remembered why I left. They hadn't just sided with Ethan, they tried to diminish me to fit their expectations. And if I rescued them now, nothing fundamental would change. My phone buzzed one last time, a message from Juniper. Just told my team about your investment. They're crying happy tears. You've changed lives today, Vanessa. Thank you for believing in us when others wouldn't, it said. I smiled, took a screenshot of the message, and booked my hotel. Tomorrow I'd face my past, but tonight I'd celebrate changing lives for the better, not from obligation, but from choice. 3 months after my brief, tense hospital visit with my father, I sat in Zara's office reviewing Juniper's latest progress report. The numbers were staggering. She's exceeded projections by 40%, Zara whistled. Your first investment's looking like a home run. The medical AI sector was ready for disruption, I said, scrolling through the data. And Juniper is brilliant. Yes, but let's talk about your other wins. Zara pulled up a spreadsheet. 3 more successful investments in women-led startups. You've got excellent instincts. My phone buzzed, another email from Dominic. I'd been getting them weekly since Dad's hospital stay, always the same guilt-laden message in different words. I deleted it without reading. Speaking of instincts, Zara leaned forward, there's an investor conference downtown tonight. Juniper's presenting. You should come. The conference hall was packed with Boston's tech elite. Juniper owned the stage, confidently presenting her company's remarkable growth. I stood at the back, pride filling my chest, when a familiar voice froze me in place. Vanessa. I turned slowly. Ethan stood there in an expensive suit, looking exactly as he had the day I caught him cheating. What are you doing in Boston? I kept my voice steady, though my heart raced. Consulting work. He stepped closer. I've been trying to reach you through your family. They're worried about you. Your father's company is barely hanging on. Dominic's looking for work. Even your mother had to cancel her country club membership. I almost laughed at the last part. And you could help. You have the resources now. I heard about your investments, he said. Stop. I held up my hand. Is that why you're here? To convince me to bail them out. I miss you, Vanessa. What you're doing, it's admirable, but… Vanessa. Juniper's voice cut through the tension. The Singapore investors want to meet. Oh, sorry, am I interrupting? Not at all. Juniper, this is my ex-fiancé. He was just leaving, I said. Actually, Ethan straightened his tie, I'd love to hear about your medical platform. Maybe there's potential for investment collaboration with my firm. Your firm? I laughed coldly. The same firm that withdrew all financing from my father's company the minute things got difficult? Juniper's eyes widened. Oh, you're that Ethan. Sorry, we're not interested in opportunistic investors. Vanessa, Singapore's waiting. As we walked away, Ethan called out, your family needs you. How long are you going to punish them? I turned back. I'm not punishing anyone. I'm investing in people who believe in themselves, something my family never did. Later that night, over drinks with Juniper's team, Cordelia texted, saw Ethan today. Must be nice playing investor while family struggles. Mom's selling jewelry now. They really know manipulation, Juniper commented when I showed her. They think money equals love, I sighed. That's why they can't understand why I won't help. But you are helping people, she gestured to her celebrating team. Just not those who took you for granted. When Zara texted to check if I was okay, after Ethan's appearance, I looked around at these brilliant women I'd invested in. Never better, I replied honestly. Good, because Juniper's company just got valued at triple our investment. You're thriving, she said. I raised my glass. To believing in ourselves. And to proving skeptics wrong, Juniper added with a smile. When another text arrived from my mother asking why I wouldn't help family, I blocked her number and raised my glass again. To choosing our own family. As they celebrated their success I'd helped make possible, I realized my blood family had always seen my independence as punishment. They'd never understand it was actually liberation, for me and every woman I could help elevate. "He's waiting in your office," my assistant warned as I stepped off the elevator. I told him you were in meetings all day, but he insisted on waiting. I didn't need to ask who. Through the glass walls, I could see Ethan sitting in my visitor chair, scrolling through his phone. "How long has he been here?" 3 hours. "Should I call security?" my assistant asked me. I straightened my jacket. "No. I'll handle this," I said. Ethan stood as I entered, his familiar cologne hitting me like unwanted memories. "Finally. Your assistant is quite protective. She's good at her job." I sat behind my desk, not offering him a seat. "Why are you here?" I asked. "You're all over the tech news." He held up his phone, showing an article about Juniper's medical platform. "Rising star investor, champion of women entrepreneurs. Quite the reputation." "Again, why are you here?" I asked. He sat uninvited. "Your father's company filed for bankruptcy yesterday." "I know. It was in the news," I said. "Dominic lost his house. Cordelia and he moved in with your parents. Your mother's devastated." He leaned forward. "One investment from you could save them," he said. "Like you saved them by pulling your backing?" I asked. "That was business," he replied. "This is family." "Funny how those lines blur when convenient for you," I said. I checked my calendar. "I have a meeting soon." "For God's sake, Vanessa." He slammed his hand on my desk. "Stop being cold. These are people who love you," he said. "Love me?" I laughed. "They loved what I could do for them. There's a difference. We all made mistakes, me especially." His voice softened. "I've changed," he continued. "Seeing you at the conference, hearing about your success, I realized what I lost." "Let me guess, your consulting business isn't thriving?" I asked. He flinched. "That's unfair." "Is it? You only appear when you want something." I stood up. "The answer is no. I won't rescue Dad's company. I won't bail out Dominic. And I definitely won't give you another chance," I said coldly. "Your mother was right," he spat, standing too. "You've turned cold," he added. "No, I've turned strong. There's a difference." My office door opened, and Juniper walked in, stopping at the scene. "Oh, sorry. I'm early for our meeting," Juniper said. "Perfect timing," I said. Ethan was just leaving. "This isn't over," he warned, moving toward the door. "Actually, it is," I said. I pressed the intercom. "Security, please escort Mr. Anderson out and update his status to restricted access." After he left, Juniper whistled. "Wow. You okay?" she asked. "Better than okay." I sat back down. "Show me the new prototype." My phone buzzed. It was from Dominic. "You happy now? Dad's company is officially dead. 30 years gone. Hope your revenge was worth it." Then Cordelia, "Mom can't stop crying. Congratulations, you've destroyed your family." Finally my father, "I never thought my daughter would watch her family suffer when she could help." "I don't recognize you." Juniper watched me read. "They really don't get it, do they?" "No, they don't." I put my phone away. "They think this is about revenge," I said. "Isn't it? A little?" I considered it. "Maybe at first," I said. "But now? Now it's about building something meaningful." "Speaking of which, show me those projections again." We dove into work, but later that night, alone in my apartment, I found an old photo, my family at Christmas, all smiles and designer clothes paid for by my little tech venture. Ethan center stage, his arm around me, probably texting his girlfriend under the table. My phone rang. It was from Zara. "Heard you had an interesting visitor," she said. "News travels fast. Lightning speed." "You okay?" she asked. I looked at the photo again, then deleted it. "You know what? I really am." "Good, because I just got information about a brilliant woman with a renewable energy startup. Interested, she asked. I opened my laptop. Tell me more. Dinner? That new place on Newberry, she asked. Perfect, I replied. I glanced at my phone, 3 more messages from my family, all unread. Then I turned it off. Let them think I was being cold. Let them blame me for their choices. I have meetings tomorrow with women building the future, not clinging to a past that never truly existed. Hey, Zara, I said before hanging up, thank you for everything. Don't go soft on me now, she laughed. Save that energy for tomorrow's meetings, she added. I looked out at the Boston skyline, lights glittering with possibility. Somewhere out there, another woman was dreaming big, fighting against people telling her to think smaller, be less, stay in line. I was done staying in line. And I was just getting started. They're all inside, Zara said as we pulled up to my parents' house. 6 months had passed since Ethan's office visit, and here I was, back where it began. Sure about this? She asked. No, I admitted, staring at the door. But it's time. I'd received the email days ago, my mother announcing they were selling the house. The door opened before I knocked. My mother stood there, looking older, designer clothes replaced by basics. You came, she said flatly. Let's get this over with. I stepped inside, Zara following. The living room fell silent, Dominic and Cordelia on the couch, my father looking frail, and surprisingly, Ethan. What's he doing here? I demanded. I asked him, my father said. We need to discuss this family's future. Nothing to discuss. I got the email, you're selling. I came for my things, I said. Your things? Cordelia scoffed. What about what you took from us? Our stability. Your free ride, Zara cut in. Several heads turned, noticing her. And who are you? My mother asked. Zara Brewer. Vanessa's mentor. The person who helped her build a multi-million-dollar portfolio, she said. $1 million? Ethan straightened. Stop. I held up my hand. I'm not discussing finances. Then why are you here? Dominic stood. To watch us pack up? I'm here because this was once my home, I said. Was it? My father's voice cracked. The daughter I raised wouldn't abandon family. The father I loved wouldn't choose my cheating fiancé over me, I said. The words hung heavy. We didn't choose him, my mother protested. We chose stability. No, I corrected. You chose money, my money. When I stopped providing it, you showed how conditional your love was, I said. That's not fair, Ethan started. You don't get to talk about fair. Zara stepped forward. You cheated on her, manipulated her family, then crawled back hearing of her success. Success built on our suffering, Cordelia spat. Success built on her own talent, Zara countered. Talent you dismissed until you needed it. My father struggled up. We're selling everything. Moving to a small apartment. Is that what you wanted? To see us humbled, he asked. What I wanted was my family to love me for who I am, not what I could give them. I took a breath. But that's not why I'm here. I placed an envelope on the table. What's this? Dominic reached for it. A reality check. Inside is a detailed accounting of every dollar I gave this family, plus documentation of how that money was spent. I watched their faces pale. You investigated us? My mother trembled. I needed to understand. And now I do. I stepped back. You never saw me as successful. You saw me as an ATM. Even now, you're not sorry for how you treated me. You're sorry you lost access to my money, I said. That's not true, my father protested weakly. Really? Then why is he here? I gestured to Ethan. It's not for moral support. The silence confirmed everything. I'm done, I said quietly. Keep the house, sell it, whatever. But this is the last time you'll see me. I've built something meaningful without you. Vanessa, please, my mother stepped forward. No, Mom. We can't fix this because you don't understand what needs fixing. I turned to leave, but Dominic blocked me. So you're choosing strangers over family? I'm choosing myself. Finally, I added. I moved past him. I said. Outside, the air felt clean. Zara squeezed my shoulder. You okay? Actually, yes. I looked at the house once more. They needed to know the truth, not for them, for me. My phone buzzed. It was from Juniper, emergency meeting. Amazing news. Zara grinned. Life continues. And yours is thriving. We drove away, leaving the house, memories, and family that couldn't love unconditionally. Ahead lay Boston, my chosen family, and a future built on my terms. It wasn't revenge anymore. It was freedom. And now I'm honored to present our Entrepreneur of the Year award. I adjusted the microphone, scanning the ballroom, to someone who proved determination and vision can transform healthcare. Juniper Stone, please come up. The applause thundered as Juniper approached the stage. Behind her, screens showed her platform's impact, millions served, lives improved. Before I accept this, Juniper said, holding the award, I must thank the person who believed in me when others wouldn't. Vanessa didn't just invest money, she invested faith. And look what that faith created. More applause filled the room. In the audience, Zara gave me a thumbs up. Beside her sat 4 women whose companies I'd funded, my new family, built on shared vision instead of obligation. My phone buzzed. It was news about my father's former company building being sold and transformed into a tech incubator. I smiled at the irony. After the ceremony, as guests mingled, Cordelia appeared at my table, looking different, humbler. Nice speech, she said awkwardly. You look well. Thanks. I gestured to a chair. Sit. She sat, fidgeting nervously. Dominic found work. Nothing prestigious, but it's something. Mom and Dad are adjusting to apartment life, she said. Good for them. They miss you, she met my eyes. We all do. Cordelia, I said. No, let me finish, she continued. She showed me her phone screen. I started a small business, she said. Nothing like your investments, but seeing you succeed inspired me to try. I studied her face, looking for manipulation but finding sincerity. That's wonderful, I said carefully. I'm not asking for money, she added quickly. I wanted to admit you were right. We treated you like a bank instead of family. I'm sorry, she said. Before I could respond, Juniper approached. Vanessa. The Singapore team wants to expand. Oh, sorry. No, stay, I said. Cordelia stood. I should go. Thanks for listening. As she left, Juniper raised an eyebrow. Family drama? More like family growth, I turned to her. Tell me about Singapore. The night wound down, but Zara suggested one final toast at our bar. As we settled in our booth, she slid a folder across the table. What's this? I asked. Open it, she said. Inside was a partnership agreement, my name beside hers. You've outgrown mentee status, she said. Time to make it official. Zara, I don't know what to say, I said. Say yes, she said. Then help review these pitches. We have 15 meetings tomorrow, I said. My phone lit up, a text from Cordelia, Mom asked for your website today. She wants to see what you've created. Progress. I showed Zara, who laughed. The family discovers Google, she said. Baby steps, I said. I typed back, tell her to read the Forbes feature on women changing tech. Look at you, showing off, Zara teased. No, I corrected. Showing them who I always was. They just never saw it, I said. The door opened and Juniper's team arrived, celebrating their award. They pulled up chairs, ordered drinks, shared visions. I watched them, these brilliant women who'd become my true family. Speaking of seeing things, Zara nodded toward the window. Outside, a young woman paced, clutching a laptop. Another entrepreneur? Looks familiar, doesn't she? Like someone gathering courage to change her life, she said. I stood up. I'll be right back. The woman startled when I opened the door. Oh. I'm sorry, I have this startup idea, and I read about you, she said. Come inside, I held the door. First rule, don't pitch in the cold, I said. Her eyes widened. Really, she asked. Really, I said. I believe in lifting others up. I gestured to our table. You're in good company. As she shared her ideas with nervous excitement, I felt everything align. This was never about revenge or success. It was about breaking cycles, building connections, and helping others rise. My phone buzzed. It was from Dominic. Cordelia told us about today. Dad actually smiled reading about your award. Maybe someday, it said. I left it unfinished. Someday was for tomorrow. Tonight was for celebrating progress and helping another woman take her first steps. That was the truest victory of all.